Eso, yo me encargo de convenceros de que vengáis a Minecraft y que lo disfrutaréis, os lo digo, convencidísimo. Y si es con Big Ben San o con alguna otra persona que si Big Ben San no quiere, pues también tengo más gente en mente, evidentemente. A mí me gustaría Big Ben San, pero bueno, ya veremos. O sea, será la risa.
Colonel, B1 is completely flooded from what I can see.
You'll have to swim through.
Swimming isn't my strong.
Vale, me va a explicar cómo se va a nadar, ¿vale? No lo vamos a hacer. Vale, con la X. ¿Qué hace? La esquivación, ¿eh? A ver. ¡Oh, mamá! ¡Oh, mamá! ¿Cómo lo esquiva, eh? Vale, ¿cómo se sube hacia arriba? Vale, Ryan, ya te hemos entendido, ¿eh? Vale, hemos aprendido a subir, señores. Venga, vamos a aguantar. Vamos a aguantar un poco el aire. Oye, Ryan, deja de hacer el subnormal, por favor. Hola, hola, hola. ¿Me va súper mal el mando? Ahora, vale, entendido. Entendido un poco. Un poco complicado esto, ¿eh? O sea, se puede hacer las cosas más fáciles en esta vida. Señores. Aquí no hay salida. Entendido. Entendidísimo. Y aquí sí, aquí sí. Vale, nos vamos por aquí. Aquí hay un póster bonito de los que le gustan a Kojima. Oye, madre mía, estos controles me van a dar un disgusto. Las buenas granaditas. Ahí está, ahí está. Hombre, no me llames ahora, bro. ¡No! Para arriba, para arriba, para arriba, para arriba. Vale, mierda, no, aquí no quiero ir todavía. Aquí no quiero ir todavía, no es por aquí. ¡No! Bueno, pues nada, una granadita para el body, ¿vale? Me voy a meter los rations, que igual se viene el primer ration usado. Munición. Mierda. Espérate, vamos a subir aquí. Sube, 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 sube. ¡No es aquí! 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 Me muero. Me muero. Soy subnormal. Me va a bajar la vida, ¿verdad? Por favor. Vale, se me ha parado un poco el corazón. Lo que viene siendo el corazón se me ha parado un poquito ahí, ¿eh? Cada vez le tengo más ganas a Metal Gear. Necesitaba decirlo. A Metal Gear 5. O sea, ya ni completar las frases, ¿vale? Por aquí no es, pero por aquí... Vale, sí, por aquí sí. Por aquí... Arriba... Y ahora por aquí... Vale, ya salimos de esta mierda. Igual que hace un rato os decía que estamos ante el momento más guay de todo el juego, es necesario decir que de todos los momentos más guays del juego que estamos ahora, este es como el paréntesis. Es un poco el paréntesis. Por la maldita Emma. Por la maldita Emma, tío. Que es la persona más horrible que hay en todo el planeta. Que nunca me digan, no sé, daré un beso a Emma. Porque no, es que Emma, rip. Emma, caca. Emma, todo mal. Emal, Emal, Emal. A ver, Emma tenemos mote, ¿no? Realmente, o sea, la pipis. Ya está, no hace falta mucho más. ¿Por qué hay gente que está hablando todavía en el directo de antes? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué hay gente en el directo de antes hablando? me flipa. ¿No era por aquí la versión más rápida de todo esto? ¿O me lo estoy inventando? Nikita y... ¿Con esto iba mejor? Me lo he inventado, pero igual sí. Bueno, voy a ver una mierda aquí dentro. Sí, sí, por aquí era rapidísimo. Señor, salga, salga. Madre mía. Este tío se muere, ¿eh? O sea, he llegado a matar al tío este por culpa de un misil. No os voy a mentir. Oye, pues hoy habremos llegado al récord de followers, de espectadores desde que he vuelto. Creo que una vez conseguimos 30 otra vez. No estoy 100% seguro, pero creo que sí. Antes de dejarlo, bueno, de tenerme que ir. Y tenemos también empate en el número de récord de suscriptores, que tenemos 3 suscriptores ahora mismo.
President Johnson,
Hemos encontrado al señor presidente.
So you're finally here.
you've been expecting me?
Vale, voy a cerrar
Your
el
equipment, that
sorteo
skull suit
en
isn't
5
exactly
minutos.
standard military issue.
Are you all right, sir?
Cool suit, ¿eh?
Is this some kind of sick joke? I thought
Sale que
you
todavía
came
estoy en
to kill
directo.
me.
What?
Oye,
I'm
pues no es
prepared
mala,
to
¿eh?
face the
Dejas el directo
consequences
abierto.
of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
Ya le ha metido la mano en todo
You're
el...
a man? Well, who are you?
You're a man.
Foxhound, sir.
Foxhound?
Espectacular. No me acordaba
I
de esto.
see. Now things are starting to make a little sense.
Vale. Uy, pues espectacular el
Switch
directo.
over to nano communication so nobody can listen in.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you read me, sir?
Yes.
Mr. President, it's my understanding that the terrorists have managed to input the code sequence necessary for launching a nuclear strike.
That's correct. I punched the sequence in myself.
You're working for them?
If you asked me 2 hours ago, my answer would have been yes. Right now, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The troops
Patriots.
behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware
Ahora
of
se
their
abre una puerta
existence,
enorme aquí en
even
este
among
juego.
those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country.
No.
Hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. The space defense, income tax reduction, and national missile defense programs. Every policy that's been credited to me was actually done according to their instructions.
Space defense was initiated by Congress.
That's what the Patriots want the country to believe. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The people are shown what they want to believe. What you call government is actually a well-staged production aimed at satisfying the public.
Huh?
Don't look at me like that. I'm legally sane, you know.
It's not your sanity that worries me.
Chicos, F en el chat, mi novia ha perdido la chaqueta, me lo acaba de
Even I
decir.
don't know who the
Iba en bici,
actual
se le ha
members
caído,
are.
ha puesto la
Are
chaqueta
they
delante de la bici
financial,
y se ha
political,
caído y no se ha dado
military
cuenta.
leaders?
Por favor, F en el chat por la chaqueta de mi novia.
No
Quiero
one
muchas
knows who the
Fs
Patriots really
por la
are.
chaqueta de mi novia ahora mismo.
Even my instructions come
Muchas
from a
Fs,
cutout.
pero muchas Fs.
All I've been told is that every key decision is
Luego me
made by a
remiraré
group
mi
of
propio
12
directo para ver
men,
toda esta parte de
known
aquí.
as the Wise Men's Committee.
Porque esto es vital
Your
para Metal
office?
Gear.
The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay.
What do you mean?
Even if a pawn becomes a queen, it is still just a playing piece. I wanted to
frase
leave
está
my
bien.
own mark in history, but my ambitions were... You'll understand someday.
Niñato, algún día me entenderás.
I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes, I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip,
Bargaining chip?
but I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots, even if it means the destruction of the world.
What are you saying?
Whether you believe it or not, the balance of power rests in the hands of the Patriots. They regulate the country's various interests through controlled presentation, staging a drama that is palatable to the general masses. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum, a space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends.
Powermonger.
I'm
Acaba de
talking
decir
about an
powermonger.
unregulated power struggle, panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third Snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago.
Shadow Moses?
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office.
I thought he resigned.
That's the story given to the general public. Following his resignation, the Patriots selected me, their new pawn, for the presidency.
But that would mean that the presidential race was...
That was quite a show, wasn't it? It was a well-scripted drama staged by the Patriots for the benefit of the public. Even the Democrats and Republicans were dancing to the Patriots' tune. Everything went according to plan, but for one exception.
Chan.
Following his resignation, Solidus' health was scheduled to fail him, bringing about his untimely death.
Es verdad, tío.
capped?
Que Solidus es como más
But
joven,
before
pero
the
mucho
Patriots could
más
execute their
viejo
plot,
físicamente.
Solidus went underground with the help of Ocelot. As he avoided pursuit, Solidus gained control of Dead Cell, winning over Colonel Golukovich's outfit. From there, he bided his time, knowing that his opportunity would soon arrive.
What opportunity?
The completion of the new Metal Gear project, an opportunity that would even his odds against the Patriots. By stealing the Patriots' most valued project, he would be able to place them in a very uncomfortable position.
Realmente es
It's the
súper
only
interesante, pero es
chance he
súper
has for
compleja toda la
survival.
historia que te están
Once he
metiendo
has
aquí.
the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's
Ah,
the
esto
new
no lo
Metal
sabía.
Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The main structure
Verdad, tío, es
extends
verdad,
from the
verdad, verdad.
foundation all the way down to the ocean floor. The connecting elevator is located on the B2 floor of the Shell 1 core.
Sin batería.
Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was
bastante
originally
doble.
designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? That's not all. Arsenal Gear has full access to the military's tactical network, giving it the ability to exercise absolute control over our nation's armed forces, not to mention our nuclear armament. In short, Arsenal was
Chicos, los que no hayáis puesto exclamación sorteo, aprovechad que se termina muy pronto. Muy pronto.
No, you're not seeing the full picture. Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool.
Ahora,
It is a means to
interesante
preserve
pero
the world
larguísimo
as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes, the GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them, so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks. But Solidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community.
Ahí se viene. Mucho texto. Too long didn't read. O sea, por favor,
there isn't much time. The football served as the key for activating Arsenal Gear. I've already input the necessary code sequence. It won't be long before GW begins to establish connections with other external systems, and Arsenal Gear becomes fully operational. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Role?
El mando está apagadísimo, gracias David. El mando está apagadísimo.
Stop that thing once it's been activated.
Emma Emmerich?
She's the system programmer for Arsenal Gear. I believe she's somewhere on level B1 in the core of this building.
I thought the levels below us were flooded.
I'm sure they won't let her die just yet, as she's the only remaining programmer for this project. According to Ocelot, she was being held in a locker room located in the northwest part of level B1. Cut transmission and get moving.
Señores, ha terminado de hablar el señor este.
This is card 4.
Ah, bueno, no, está todavía en situ. ¿Podremos poner un solo emojis cuando termine de hablar este tío para celebrar que termina de hablar?
Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after Foxdie, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal.
Ocelot se olvidó de buscar que tenía un virus. Señores, esto es importante de recordar. Espérate que hay algo más.
There's only one thing that remains to be done.
I need to die. No, ¿qué?
Now, kill me.
What the?
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's your role!
No le ha disparado, ¿eh? Ah, ¿sí? Sí que le ha disparado, Vale. Tengo novia y Crash. ¿Pero qué te pasa, tío? ¿Cómo se están a tope, tío? Madre mía.
The president. Why did you?
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy.
Forget him. He did us a favor.
Y sigue vivo el tío.
Without free will.
Chicos, ¿qué tocará? ¿Una F o muchos emojis para alegrarnos de que se ha callado? Muchos emojis, ¿no? O sea, se va a callar para siempre.
let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
Muchos emojis,
What
vale,
are
entendido.
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Los otakus pueden tener novia, excepto Otacon. Señores, solo emojis. Ha llegado el momento. Se ha callado, señores. ¡Woohoo! ¡Woohoo! Se ha callado. Se ha callado. El señor importante número... ¿Qué es ya? ¿Número 4? ¿Señor importante 4? Voy a mirarlo. James Johnson. Señor importante 3. Entonces Ames. Ah, Ames lo llamamos Arenchu. Es verdad. ¿Arenchu? Plaquita, ¿no? Dame tu dog tag. A ver, vamos a hacer un poco de paseíto. Así que nos gusta a todos. ¿No tienes? ¿No tienes? Por favor, no veáis esto. No, señores, he salido de la... Más llamadas, no. Oye, ¿cuántos emojis, bro? Dios. Lo llego a saber y no salgo, te lo juro. Voy a cerrar el sorteo en breves, O sea, es que terminamos ahora el directo ya.
However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the president's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal gear once and for all.
Do you actually think there's any truth to his story about this big shell facility being a front for Arsenal gear?
I don't have the security clearance necessary to verify the facts. However, he was the president. I'm sure he knew what he was talking about.
Aren't you forgetting that he was part of the terrorist plot?
All the more reason why I believe his information is reliable.
¿Por qué los Patriots no te están frenando? No nos están frenando ahora
rather than
mismo.
risk a nuclear holocaust. Thanks to his sacrifice, the Nuclear Launch Authority has shifted to the vice president, effectively eliminating the terrorist threat.
Colonel, when you put it like that, it almost sounds like I should have assassinated the president to eliminate the threat.
That was not my intention. I was trying to point out that there is certainly some credibility to the words of a man who chose death to protect the innocent.
The Colonel has a point, Jack.
What about the information he gave me on the Patriots?
That's a new one on me. I'll see what I can find out. Right, we're
Otra vez
running out of
puntos
time.
suspensivos.
Find Emma. She's supposed to be located on level B1, in the core of that building you're in, right?
Right.
You've got to find her before Arsenal
Raiden
becomes
está
fully
rayado, por fin se da
operational.
cuenta. Raiden
Hurry,
se está
Jack.
dando cuenta.
It's
Bien,
up to you to make sure that the
Raiden.
president didn't
Bien,
sacrifice his life in
Raiden.
vain.
Understood.
Maldito Trump, es
Raiden
verdad, no
out.
se calla, tío. No, pero deja de llamar, hijo, Willy Rex, ¿qué te está pasando?
What's your status, Raiden?
What's your
Snake,
status,
The
right?
president, he's been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the president on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the president.
Snake, ¿por
Maybe there's
qué
a way
Snake
to
va
launch
así
without
siempre?
reconfirming the vital ID.
Mira,
Or
Otacon.
maybe they found a more effective weapon
¿Por qué
within
siempre va
Arsenal
así,
gear.
Snake?
You
Incluso
knew
cuando estás
about
delante
Arsenal
suyo.
gear?
Yeah,
Why didn't you tell me about it?
you never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also know that the big shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. The good news is that it hasn't really done much in terms of cleaning up the environment, so we won't have to worry about any toxic gas being released if we have to blow the house down.
Ahí tiene un poco de
Right.
razón el amigo
And when
Snake.
did you find out about all of this?
It took a while, but we uncovered the info around the time you took out that mad bomber. There's no doubt that Arsenal gear is being built here.
Bien, bien,
And it was
Raiden,
all
bien.
set up 2 years ago, on that day. All of it.
2 years ago. What really happened here?
No, no más
I
películas, no
took these
más
photos
películas.
2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news, on several websites. If I remember right, the reporters blamed you for sinking the tanker.
That's right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time.
I've gone through
Historia,
VR training of
¿verdad?
the tanker mission before.
Yeah? Well, I doubt it accurately simulates the events of that mission.
Uy, la foto a Snake matando a Olga para hacer que como que es el malo
I'd
realmente. Esa es
infiltrated
buena.
the dummy tanker to obtain proof that a Metal Gear was under development. Shortly after I made it aboard, an armed group led by Colonel Gerlukovich raided the ship and gained control.
Olga and Ocelot were among the raiding party.
Yeah, and him.
Who are you talking about?
A man that was supposed to be dead.
Their target was also Metal Gear Ray. But Ocelot eliminated Colonel Gerlukovich and Marine Commander Scott Dolph, and he hijacked Ray.
So he betrayed them?
I don't know what kind of deal was going down. All I remember is what Ocelot said at the time. Something like, "I'm taking it back."
Nice.
Ocelot then sank the tanker, along with the soldiers of the Marine Corps.
How did you manage to get out?
Otacon managed to have a small boat ready for me.
That was the easy part. The tough part was not getting dragged down with a sinking tanker. Small miracle when you think about it. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us.
¿Más vídeo? ¿En serio?
Photos of Snake taken by the
Kojima,
Cypher
que
were
llevo la
released
última
to
media
public.
hora mirando cómo me enseñas la
In
historia
turn,
de
we
Metal
became
Gear.
the
Por
world's
favor,
most
déjame
wanted
jugar.
environmental terrorists.
En Metal Gear 4
It
nos
was
vamos a
definitely
morir.
a move aimed at putting a stop to our
Pero va a ser muy
anti-Metal
bueno
Gear
Metal Gear 4. No me
activities.
acuerdo de
But why did they
casi nada.
choose Snake?
Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero.
Shadow Moses.
I think the Patriots weren't too happy about that.
You knew about the Patriots?
Well, yes, to a certain degree.
It seems like everyone knows about them
Gracias
except
por el
me.
nuevo follower
They
también
didn't choose Snake
en
to be a
Instagram. Joder,
So
hoy
they
cómo estamos con
decided
los
to
nuevos
do a
followers.
smear campaign.
I think the Patriots wanted to make an example of him so everybody would think twice before opposing them.
That's it. They set all this up just to nail you guys.
No, there's more to it than that. The Marines' Metal Gear Ray project, headed by Commander Dolph, was carried out in opposition to the Navy's Arsenal Gear project. To be more precise, the Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. Hence, they attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They followed this up with a perfect plan. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it. Then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal Gear.
And we fell for it. 2 more puppets in their show.
Colonel Gerlukovich and his daughter Olga?
Both fell victim to Ocelot's plot.
Was Solidus behind all this? He used Ocelot to get hold of Ray, huh?
No, he was underground, keeping a low profile at the time.
Then it must be the Patriots.
If that's the case, what's Ocelot doing alongside Solidus?
Oye, en serio, se están pasando un poquito. Ya incluso me está costando prestar
Forget
atención.
it. We're
O sea, os
wasting
estoy leyendo
time.
más a
We can
vosotros
figure
que...
this out later. The nuclear strike's been prevented,
que
but
yo que lo
Arsenal
juego.
still has a massive payload of missiles to deal with.
2 horas de directo,
If
¿eh?
the opposition
Hoy,
gets control of those missiles.
Ni tan
Raiden, you've
mal.
got to find Emma.
Wait a second. Isn't Emma Emmerich?
My sister.
What's she doing here?
You got me. She's a computer whiz who specializes in neural AI and ultra-variable
también
volume
sabe
data
neural
analysis
AI.
using complex logic. How she got involved in weapons development is beyond me.
Whatever her reasons, we need her in order to stop Arsenal.
Eso es verdad.
Raiden, find her.
I'm on my way.
Gracias, otro follower. Muchísimas gracias.